Hey, how's it going? Another Mr. Early tutorial. I thought I'd throw this one at you real fast. I was kind of playing with some footage today, and I was doing a little bit of time remapping, and I kind of thought, oh, that might be handy for people to know, kind of on the fly. So I'm going to show you two ways to do it, and let's get started. So you'll notice here I got a timeline already built. This purple line right here. This track is actually an adjustment layer. I was playing with some color. But today I was shooting some footage with some GoPro stuff, and I was going to just talk about some of the gear I was using. But let's start by looking at this footage right here. Alright, so I was talking about time remapping, and that's basically speeding up or slowing down your footage for various reasons. I shot this in 30 frames per second, and the reason being is I felt like it would be a little bit smoother than 24 just because you added those extra frames in there, and that would allow me to have more adjustments when I was changing the speed and duration of this. So, right here, I have normal speed, and I have it muted right now just for the sake of. But if you notice, it's just normal speed. And I start speeding up. I start getting into this box I had just gotten from B&H, and I start getting through it a little bit faster. So let me show you how I did that. I'm going to go ahead and go back to this original footage. I'm going to grab it from here. I believe that was this footage right here. And I'm going to drag this over. I'm going to put in track 3 for right now. And that's roughly the same spot as that, but notice how much longer this clip is compared to the clip that I trimmed together. So let me show you how I do this. There's two ways to do it. First, I'm going to show you by selecting the track, and I'm going to go and mute this audio right here. And I'm going to just simply right click, and I'm going to change the speed and duration. So right here, the speed is at 100%, and that's going to be what the standard speed that you filmed at. To speed it up, all you're going to do is increase that percentage, and if you're going to slow it down, you decrease that percentage. So let me show you. So I'm going to show you for the whole clip. I'm going to go 200. I feel like that's a good speed. And notice how much it cut that clip down. It's because it's actually remapping that time, and it's going to do it in sync with your audio. So your audio is going to sound a little funny. So when you do this, you might do it with consideration of not using that audio. So notice it's significantly faster, and that's looking at that top clip, because remember the bird's eye view is going to look down and see that first. Now you might be thinking, well, I didn't necessarily want to speed up all that, much like I did, so I'm going to Command Z and undo that. And I'm going to come back here to about where I started speeding up. If you notice, right here, I put a little cut in, and that cut is actually just a quick way so that I can keep the first part at the standard speed, and then I put a cut in. Let me show you. So I hit C, put a cut in right there at that timeline, and then now go back, quick key V, I right click, and then now I'm only working on this clip, so I can change the speed and duration of just that clip. So I'll change that to 200. Now there might be an instance where you want to actually slow something down, and you can do that a couple different ways. If you're doing actual slow-mo footage, you would want to reinterpret your footage at a different frame rate. So let's say you shot 60 frames, you would want to interpret that at a slower frame rate of like 30. In this case, this is just speeding up that footage, and this is probably the quickest way to do it. The other way you can do it is actually selecting that footage, coming up here to Effects, or you can come over here to Effect Controls, up here in the top left. I'm going to click on that, and you'll actually see speed, and this clock is already highlighted because I made changes to the speed for this clip. So I'm going to switch over here to this clip, drag my playhead over it, and right here you'll see, well, speed is still selected for that, but this one it should be at, this is at 100%. Right here what I can do is select this and come over here and actually just move this band, much like we did with the audio. Over here in the timeline we made adjustments in our, we grabbed this band right here. And you can change your speed and duration with that. You'll notice that number going up and down. If I go up to 200 and I play it, let me back up a little bit, you'll see that it's running faster than standard speed. This is also getting ahead of the game a little bit, but if you were interested in keyframing a specific part, this is where you would do that. So right here you have your speed keyframes, and if I select that, I'm keyframing at this point, and I'll move ahead a little bit on that clip, and we'll keyframe right there. Okay, keyframe. When you navigate keyframes, and remember keyframes are basically a specific point on a timeline, and you're going to manipulate the data for that single point or between these 2 points. So right here, I can switch through those keyframes just by hitting left these arrows, and that's really the best way to navigate to make sure you're right on that keyframe. So if I make a change now, it's going to make that change in relation. So right there, I'm actually slowing it down. If I pull this band up, it's speeding it up. You'll notice this little ripple right here, and that ripple is actually the change in time, and it appears like a step almost. So it's stepping off there, and that speed and duration is being changed right there. So notice it sped up and then went back to that 200. So right here you have it at 315, and right here you have it at 180. So it's going to speed up and then ramp back down to 180, 188. So that's how you do it. It's really not super hard, and the main reasons you might want to do this is, like in my case, I was doing a, let me go back to the source. I was doing a product reveal. Let me see. So I was showing some of this gear off right here, and you didn't want to sit there and watch me unbox this gear the whole time, so I wanted to speed it up a little bit so you just get a taste of what I was doing, but not sit there and take the full amount of time that I was using. So there's a lot of different reasons you might want to. This is the reason I was doing it here. So just something to consider. Hope this was helpful. Like I said, remember the quick way you can do it, just a quick right click, and you're going to go to speed and duration, change that percentage. You can make a quick cut instead of having to do a keyframe, or come up here to the effect controls, and okay, come up here to the effect controls, and do it a little more precisely with keyframes if you had a particular spot you wanted to change that speed and duration. I sped it up here, but remember you can slow it down, but if you were doing slow-mo, you would want to do that just by reinterpreting the frame rate. So just something to consider. Thank y'all for watching. Hope y'all have a great day, change the world, and make good decisions. Thanks. Bye.